The night the screams came from the cremation ground. Everyone in the village thought it was just the wind. But the wind doesn't beg for mercy. It doesn't cry like a human about to die. And it certainly doesn't whisper the names of the guilty. It was 1:45 a.m. when Arjun, Kabir, and Mira drove toward the abandoned cremation ground outside the city. The place was silent except for the sound of dry leaves crunching under their car tires. A cold fog hung in the air, wrapping the place in an eerie silence. In the trunk of their car lay the body of a girl named Ananya. The three of them stepped out of the car, their faces pale but determined. Kabir opened the trunk slowly, revealing Ananya's lifeless body, covered in blood. Mira looked away for a moment, unable to bear the sight. Arjun quickly lit a cigarette, trying to hide the fear growing inside him. "Let's finish this quickly," Kabir whispered nervously. The cremation ground looked even darker than usual that night. A half-burned pyre nearby still emitted faint smoke. The smell of ash and burnt wood filled the cold air. They carried Ananya's body toward the wooden logs near the old pyre. The wind suddenly grew stronger, making the flames flicker strangely. Mira shivered as she felt something cold brush past her arm. She turned quickly, but no one was there. "Did you feel that?" she asked quietly. Arjun laughed nervously and told her she was imagining things. But deep down, even he felt something watching them. Something angry. Just as Kabir placed the body on the pyre, a child's laughter echoed in the darkness. All three of them froze instantly. The laughter was faint but unmistakable. It sounded like it was coming from somewhere behind the burning pyre. "Who's there?" Arjun shouted loudly. His voice echoed through the empty cremation ground. No one answered. But the laughter slowly turned into a painful cry. Suddenly the fire in the nearby pyre grew brighter without anyone touching it. Inside the flames, a dark shape began to move. Mira stepped back in terror as the shape slowly formed into a human figure. It was a man whose body was completely burned. Beside him stood a small boy holding his charred hand. Their hollow eyes glowed like dying embers in the darkness. Kabir's hands started shaking uncontrollably. He whispered, This can't be real." The burned man slowly pointed toward the trunk of the car. Then his gaze shifted toward Ananya's body lying on the wood. His voice came out like dry leaves scraping together. "Justice must be done." Arjun suddenly remembered the night they killed Ananya. She had trusted them as friends from college. But when she refused Arjun's advances, anger had taken control of him. What started as revenge quickly turned into murder. The ghosts slowly began walking toward them. With every step, the air around them grew colder. Mira tried to run toward the car, but invisible hands grabbed her legs. She fell to the ground, screaming in terror. Kabir tried to start the car, but the engine wouldn't respond. The headlights flickered violently before going out completely. The cremation ground returned to complete darkness. Only the fire from the pyre illuminated their terrified faces. The boy's ghost suddenly appeared right in front of Kabir. His burned face twisted into a horrifying smile. "You burned us alive," he whispered softly. "Now it's your turn." Arjun and Kabir tried to escape, but ropes suddenly tightened around their bodies. The same ropes they had used to tie Ananya earlier that night. Mira screamed as invisible hands dragged them toward the burning pyre. They struggled desperately, begging for forgiveness, but the ghosts didn't stop. The burned father slowly picked up a burning torch from the pyre. His hollow eyes showed no mercy. "Every crime has a witness," he said in a deep, echoing voice, "and the night remembers everything." The flames rose higher as the 3 criminals were tied to the wooden pyre. Their screams echoed through the empty forest, but no one came to help them. By morning, the cremation ground was silent again. Villagers later found only ashes and a half-burned car. Some said it was an accident, but the villagers living nearby say that sometimes late at night, 3 voices can still be heard begging for mercy near the burning pyre, and the night still remembers their crime